You told me an amazing story about serendipity and how life works. So can you repeat that so my listeners can watch that?
Sure. Well, it's a pleasure and honor to be here and to meet you, Ray. And the story goes, which is absolutely true, all the way back to 1991. And I was a young college student who dropped out of college, was living with my mother and my two younger sisters, and my mother and I finally came to an agreement. She was kicking me out and I was leaving. That was the agreement. Then what happened was I only had $60 to my name. I had a 1982 Volkswagen Rabbit diesel with 250,000 miles on it, and it's 9 p.m. in Rochester, New York, which is way upstate New York, and I'm sitting in the parking lot in the middle of the night, 9 p.m., wondering where am I going to go? And I only have $60 and just racing through my mind of what's going to happen next. My heart is telling me to go to New York City. My mind is quickly telling me that's ridiculous because it's a 6-hour drive. I only have $60 to my name, and most importantly, I don't know anyone in New York City. So it made absolutely zero sense. But my heart was really calling me to go to New York City, to the point where I gave up trying to talk myself out of it. I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go to New York City. I get on the road at 9 p.m., driving from Rochester, New York to New York City, and I wasn't raised religiously, but I felt this was a good time to talk to God. So I said, hey God, I'm Tom. From what I've heard, you know pretty much everything about me, so I'll skip through that and just cut to the chase. I don't know why I'm going to New York City. I don't know what's going to happen, but here's the deal. If I'm meant to die there, I'll die there. If I'm meant to live in my car, I'll live in my car. If I'm meant to live on the streets, I'll live on the streets. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and I guess I'll see. So if I could get some of your help, that'd be greatly appreciated, but I'm heading there, the road to nowhere in essence. So fast forward, I drive 6 hours with no radio in this car to New York City. I go through Harlem, and once I get through Harlem, I have nowhere to go. I see a Chinese restaurant on the right-hand side. I pull my car over, I go into the Chinese restaurant, and I wasn't hungry, but I had nowhere to go. So I sit down, the waitress comes over, says, what do you want? I said, I'll just have a bowl of rice, please. She said, we have no rice. And I thought it was like a hidden camera on me. I said, what do you mean you have no rice? This is a Chinese restaurant, that's what you do. They said, we ran out of rice, what else would you like? I said, well, I guess nothing, so thank you. I get up, go to the bathroom, splash some water on my face, walk out to my car, and still no idea where I'm gonna go. But I get in the car, fire it up, the first stoplight I get to, it's yellow, probably could have ran it, but I stopped, the red light, 3 in the morning in New York City, one person crosses my car. And I had to rub my eyes to see if this was true. And I looked, and it was my ex-stepfather, who I hadn't seen in 2 years, walking in front of my car. So I rolled the window down, and is it all right if I say exactly what? Okay, so I said, what the heck are you doing here? And he said, what the heck are you doing, here? And I said, well, long story short, my mom kicked me out. Here I am. He said, well, where are you staying? I said, I have nowhere to go. I'm here, and I'm going to live in my car. You're looking at it. He said, I live around the corner, you can stay with me. I stayed with him for 3 months. For the 3 months I was there, he never left the house after 8:30 p.m. So finally I asked him, I said, why were you out at 3 in the morning the other day when our paths crossed? He said, my new wife and I had our first big argument, and I was out as a non-smoker going to find cigarettes. So at 3 in the morning, he was searching for cigarettes and came home with his ex-stepson, and they welcomed me. But I'm sure that was an interesting conversation they had as well. But the point of that is our paths crossing here, right now, you watching this, me speaking here to you in San Diego, you watching this video, our paths crossing in this manner is just as miraculous. Just like all those events led up to my stepfather and I crossing paths, everything that happened in your life and everything that happened in my life led to this moment where our paths crossed. I would want you to consider or think about how this is in essence a conspiracy for you to get the guidance, and everything's working serendipitously to assist you in getting from where you are to where you need to be. And it's up to us to just embrace that and look for those miraculous moments, which are every single moment of the day. And it's a pleasure and honor to share that story. I hope, sometimes I get tingles just telling the story, I hope you're able to look back in your life and see where these moments have happened for you, and this may be another moment that can open your eyes to, you are where you are, but there's much more of your capabilities that are waiting to be embraced and released to this world. So it's a pleasure and honor to meet you in this manner. I look forward to chatting with you again sometime soon. Thank you for this opportunity to share the story.
How does somebody find you on Facebook? How do you spell your name?
My name is Tom Beal, Tombeal.
Fantastic. And do you really think there are such a thing called accidents?
I truly don't believe in accidents. I have come in my 42 years of existence to recognize everything happens as it needs to happen. And that includes what we would deem and sometimes label good, bad, all of that. We see the small puzzle pieces, and as time expands, we see how those situations and occurrences needed to be there. There's a quote from Napoleon Hill that says, "Every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit." When I look back on my history, I see that the times that I was feeling were the most difficult were the biggest lessons and blessings for me. So I'm very thankful for each and every one of those obstacles, challenges that I faced in my childhood and, even as an adult, because the lessons that I've learned have really moved me forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.